All right, everybody, welcome to Virtual Bourbon. My name is Steve Akley. We've got a fun event tonight, and I say that because we're going to be comparing two different products that went through a little bit of, they kind of cleaned up the branding a little bit and did some different things. So we're going to see, does that change the inside of the bottle too? What's in the bottle? So the first one is something that can impact that, and that's going to be, we've got Very Old Barton, and let me pull up both of these bottles here. Just grab them off the floor by my side here. And, not so much rebranding in terms of the look of the product. So here they are. They look exactly the same. I mean, you really couldn't tell which is which unless you know what you're looking for. And that is this little line right there. So that one, of course, says bottled in bond. And this one says crafted. So you got to look very close. It's smaller font. It's not bold or anything like that. So if you look there, everything else would be the same. They're 100 proof and all that. But they changed from being a bottled and bond product to being a batched product. So of course, the thought is that the flavor profile is going to be the same. So we can get that same flavor profile. So we're just going to test them on that, and it may or may not be. That's going to be part of the fun of this meeting today. A lot of times we're trying to guess which, or not trying to guess, trying to say which one is our favorite when we do these side-by-side tastings. With this one, I'm allowing the answer to be the same because that's what the companies are telling us, that even despite these changes, they're going to taste exactly the same. And we may agree with that. And I'm not trying to lead you down one way or another. I want it to be whatever our honest opinion of this is. If they taste the same, let's vote the same. And that's what it'll be. The other one, of course, was a big branding change. Of course, this is one of the all-time classic bottles in my mind. The Kentucky Spirit, what's known as the Fantail bottle, kind of supposed to look like turkey feathers, and it was just a very cool bottle. It was discontinued, and you hear a lot of different things. They were having a hard time getting the glass. I've heard that the glass was breaking on the filling lines, which I don't know why all of a sudden it would break. It'd been in this bottle for many years. I also heard they did it because bartenders didn't like it. It takes up too much space on the back bar, and that's real estate. Of course, the more bottles they can get on there, the more opportunities they have to sell. And I believe that because Molly Wellman, who I think is the world's greatest bartender, she's out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and she did say that just randomly one time. I asked her about the Fantail bottle, and she said, "Well, that takes up too much room on the back bar. I don't like that bottle." And then it wasn't that long after that they changed to this. So this is the bottle now. Didn't give it much love, I'll say that. It's just kind of a gold foil. Just picked out whatever was in Word as the font, and then it seems like they probably print this at the distillery right next to where it comes out of the barrel. It seems like oh, get those gold labels. I'll print those for us. And yeah, and I don't think really. Is it that much room difference? I mean, I'll put this bottle in front of the other one. I mean, it's a little bit there. And I guess if you get too many bottles that have that much difference, it certainly adds up. But to me, I don't know, if I owned a bar, I'd like to have this on there with kind of a light shine on it, because I think it's a cool bottle. But we're doing the same thing. This is supposedly the exact same bourbon in there. They always blended to taste, so that these batches would taste exactly the same every time. So supposedly this is going to taste exactly the same. We'll see when we get done with the end of this and we taste it all and vote. So with that being said, let's grab our first sample. Again, we're starting out with Very Old Barton, so we'll start with Very Old Barton A. Very Old Barton A. Go ahead and pour B while we're doing that, so that one gets a little bit of airtime. So again, we like to pour one ahead. So let's pour the B, and but then again, we're going to be talking about Very Old Barton A. So when we get back to that, we can get participation from everybody on these. It's a small group tonight, and we'll talk first on the nose. What do we think on the nose? Just throw it out if you've got something. But
it smells sweet.
Sweet, yeah.
Very powerful.
Powerful, yeah.
Yeah, I got the sweet too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise.
I got like a rose.
A rose, so florally notes. So yeah.
Yes, sweet and floral.
Sweet and floral. Okay.
Steve, I'm sorry I had to step away earlier. Did you actually mention anything about the mash bill on this? Is this a wheated or a rye mash bill? Does it say anything?
I doesn't say on the bottle, but I know both of these are a rye bourbon. They're both rye. So yeah, that's what they are. But
Little bit of citrus, a little bit of oak.
citrus and oak. Okay. Yeah. And what we're getting on the nose there is kind of going to be reflective of what I think we're going to get out of all four of these. These are both of them, because they are brands. They're both of these brands are great, but we're just looking to see if, as we go through this process, is there going to be a difference here? So with that, let's taste it, and we will go through everyone, and we'll talk about it and share some tasting notes. So everybody get a chance on this. All right. I mean, I would say for me, I get kind of the sweet up front, some sort of fruity taste up front. It yields to a little bit more oakier at the back and kind of dry on the back end. So kind of a drier finish. It does warm up nicely. I mean, it's a nice product. Classic kind of bourbon notes and things like that. So the oaks, vanillas, caramels, it's all that. I certainly get all that too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about taste. Let's start with Danny. Danny on A. What are you thinking taste wise? What are you getting on this first sample of the night? What are your thoughts on that?
Tastes good.
Mhm. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it, right?
Right. I mean,
Good enough to sip.
I
Powerful
get
enough to go into a cocktail too. I think.
Right,
It's
but,
nice.
to tell you the truth, the main thing I pick up out of this one, taste wise, is cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Okay. Yeah, you definitely get a little spicy notes there, coming from the rye. But yeah, cinnamon could be so too. So, Jim, how about you, man?
Sweetness and citrus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely getting the sweet citrus. It got a lot of heat up front, and really, I was surprised that the ethanol went like right up my nose.
Uh-huh.
When it was in my mouth, it was like I was surprised by the ethanol up my nose, but not really a lot. Not a lot of hug in the chest. Maybe a little longer finish in my mouth.
Yes, kind of stays on the tongue, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree. You're spot on with that description. Rob, how you doing, man? Rob, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said someone else. No, I'm getting cinnamon with the long taste, the long finish as well. So
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
it lasts.
Okay. Let's check in with Melanie Robinson. Looks like Neil might have to jump on a phone call, as he does sometimes.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, it is. I think it's sweet, but very dry finish, dry mouthfeel.
Yeah. I get that for sure. Big time on that. Mr. Legend.
Well, I'll go along with it sweet. I pick up the cinnamon, some caramel flavor, some oak.
Okay. Fred.
Yeah, definitely the citrus and the oak. It's more on the back end than the front end, but
Mhm.
it kind of lingers there.
Yeah.
Nice finish, yeah.
Yeah.
But dry.
Now, Fred, you're on the tasting panel, Buffalo Trace. Do you ever get involved in their sister company, Barton? Do you ever get to taste any of theirs or help them out in any way in that capacity?
I have it at times because all the lab work now is done at Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
For the entire Sazerac company.
Okay. Oh,
But we don't get a chance to taste them on the tasting panel much.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, Vicky, how about you?
I'm ready.
All right.
So yes, a little bit of spice, a little bit of heat, but it's definitely candied orange peels.
Candied orange peel. Okay, let's see here. Let's test Vicky on this.
Let's see that basically describes what I was.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's there. Yes, because everyone's talking citrus and all that, and yeah, it just kind of narrows it down a little bit further. So yeah, good job.
Yeah.
And Vicky, you're in California too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Robin's in California, so we got a couple California. represented. So tonight, that's cool. All right, our trio, Brad, Ryan, and Sally. What do you guys want to weigh in with tasting notes? It can be independently, it can be together. Whatever you guys want to do is good by me.
I have been persuaded by the candied orange,
Okay.
and I get that because I was getting a little bit of the cinnamon. It wasn't very strong, but I could go with caramelized orange.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely sweet and dry.
Okay. Yeah, good. Anything else, Brad? Anything from you there? Are you?
I would say, it's one of those where it's often overlooked, but you think about for the price, for what it is, it's a quality product for sure.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, sub $15 for this. Yeah, please. That's good bourbon. Robin, how about you? Taste wise on this one?
I agree. Some orange peel. There's definitely some heat that lingers on the tongue,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't feel much heat at the back of the throat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Little
What was
bit of
Jim?
cinnamon.
Jim, the first one said, but yeah, I agree that stays with you kind of on the tongue, but yeah, it doesn't give you that overall glowing warmth that you get with some
Right.
other ones. All right, last one, Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill, what are your thoughts here, taste wise?
Well, nobody else has said this, and I kind of feel awkward saying it now, but I'm getting a bit of mint on it.
Mint. Okay. Okay. All right.
But everything else sounds about the same.
Sounds about the same. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's pour our Kentucky Spirit A. But of course, we're going to be talking about Barton B. Barton B. But go ahead and pour A. I'm getting confused here because it's usually A, B, C, D. You don't follow. This is A, B, A, B. But yeah, pour A on Kentucky Spirit. Let that one sit, and let's go bring it back to B on our Very Old Barton.
Okay.
Okay. Talk about this one on the nose. Seems a little bit lighter on the nose.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Lighter
a
on the
little
nose,
flat.
but
Yeah.
lighter on the nose, but a lot of like the other one, but
Mhm.
lighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm picking up some caramel on this one.
Yeah,
Some caramel. Okay.
Yeah, very light.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny.
Not as much ethanol.
Ethanol.
And cake batter.
Cake batter. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a note I like, so nothing wrong with that. Okay.
You get
Let's
the
try-
cinnamon again too.
Cinnamon. Yeah. That's probably a good thing. All right, let's give it a try. See what we got. Also very good.
Hmm.
Kind of the same experience, not quite as dry as the other one. My mouth was very like a very dry wine drinking that first one. Not necessarily getting that, but kind of the same experience on the tongue. That's more, the finish is more concentrated for me
Yeah.
on the tongue. Get
I
that
would guess
spice.
that they were two different brands.
Mhm.
If I didn't know, I would think they were
Yeah.
two different brands.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, because just like the other one, I like it and everything else, but this one I am actually picking up more of a vanilla taste out of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
A bit more vanilla.
more of a spice at the back of the throat too,
yes,
Mhm.
that sticks with you.
A little bit more spicy. Okay. All right.
That is sweet.
Not as dry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Jim,
More
how about
cinnamon and less oak.
more cinnamon? Yes, definitely less on the oak on this one, taste wise.
Mhm.
It's a lighter taste.
Lighted. Yep.
Less interesting.
Jim, how about you? What do you think?
I'm still getting some of the citrus, but I'm not getting the same sweetness I got before.
Mm-mm.
It's I don't know, it's not as much in your face, I guess. It's more, I hate to use the word smooth, but it's a little smoother.
We did a whole show on that today.
It's like, it's one of those things. It's like, don't ever say it's smooth,
Right. I was surprised. I got a lot of feedback. You never know what's going to strike a chord with someone. And yeah, so that's that big thing that if you say a bourbon is smooth, people get mad at you. And somebody wrote me, and I thought it was kind of cool. I like beer, but I'm not a beer guy. I don't know about all the different styles and all that kind of stuff. I like to drink it, but I don't know anything really about it. But some guy wrote me and said, yeah, what we were explaining, the fact when you say smooth, you don't necessarily, you're trying to explain something, but you're not coming up with the words to do so. So that's just kind of a nice general thing. And he said in beer, if you say it has a clean finish, it's kind of the same thing that people don't like. If you just say that's a clean finish beer. So I thought that was kind of interesting. All right, Rob, what are you thinking as you taste this one?
It has a clean finish to it.
It's almost like we worked on that together. I queued you up there, and to your credit, you stepped
I was
up and hit
hoping
it
you
on
were
the
going to
plate.
ask me. I was like, oh, please ask me next.
Well, we certainly don't want it to have a dirty taste.
Yeah.
Well,
So anything else beyond being a clean finish, Rob?
I would say it's a lot lighter. It's less spicy. It's an easy drinker.
Yeah. But on the first one, if you remember back, I said, what I like about this one, it tastes like a good sipper and it tastes like it would stand up in a cocktail. I'm not as sure about this second one standing up in the cocktail.
Right.
It's not quite bold enough, I don't think, that it
You
could
might
get
as well-
lost in a cocktail.
You might as well use vodka.
Yeah. I do feel like this one could get lost. So
I think if you don't have anything nice to say, you shouldn't say anything at all. So
you're not going to add anything, Ricky.
I'm not sure if the proofing is different on this at all. Yeah, were they the same proof, Steve?
They're same proof. They're both 100 proof. Obviously, the bottom bond one has to be. This one doesn't have to be, but they, of course, bring it out at 100 proof. So, and they have Barton. I don't know if they continue to have. They have more proofs than anybody I know. That this, they've got 80 and 86, a 90, and the 100. So they've got 4 different proofs on this product, which is, pretty unusual. So, Team Robinson, anything you want to add taste wise on the second one?
About the same as everybody else. It's got just a little bit longer finish and it's sweeter for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think Robin was right. It's not as interesting as the first one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Legend, anything to add?
Not much.
Mm-hmm.
Not much. I'll agree with it's lighter. I think the first one had more depth to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like the Legend is in the witness protection program because you can kind of see his silhouette. He's got a nice background, like he's been placed by the FBI someplace nice as a key witness. But yes, we can't necessarily see the detail of his face. So
Come on.
it's what it looks like. I'm not kidding. Fred, any tasting notes you want to add on top of what we've already talked about or anything like that? On this one?
B is harsher than A.
Mm-hmm.
A was smooth. No, I like it. I like the word smooth when we're talking bourbon.
I don't think it's a bad thing, but boy, people will yell at you like on Facebook and these groups, which I don't like these groups anyway. But I do like them because to promote my stuff. I come up with a lot of content you have to promote. So I always get invited to these groups and I have accepted. Then I publish, hey, we got this show out there. We got this, check out this on YouTube. And then sometimes they get mad at me and kick me out because they're like, you're only promoting things. And you invited me. It's your fault. So
they knew what they were getting.
Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Our trio here. And now if we count the dog, it's 4. What do you guys think?
I would say if this has any indication of the difference between bottle and bond versus not, buy bottle and bond every time.
Okay.
Right.
you're locking in, you're assuming that Bottled and Bond is the first one. You don't know yet for sure, but you're assuming.
That's true. I
Okay.
guess I thought that was. So maybe I'm wrong.
It's blind,
No,
so
that
we'll see.
really makes me question Bottle and Bond then.
Question everything you
Well,
know.
I hope that the bottled and bond is B, because that one I don't think is being sold anymore. And that would mean that the one that is currently being sold and available from here on out is the one that we prefer.
Oh, yes.
Where's
Yeah,
the
good
out?
point. Good point. Does the dog like whiskey?
She likes beer.
Yes.
Beer. Well, dogs like beer. Most animals don't like whiskey, but that cat at Neely Family Distillery, he likes whiskey, which is, I guess, cool when you're a cat that lives in a distillery. But that's certainly rare. They always say he's drunk all the time, and maybe he is. I don't know. Mr. Bill, your thoughts? Any tasting notes?
I like it, but not as well as the first one.
Mhm.
It's it is sweeter, less interesting. Like I think
Yeah.
there's Robin said.
Yeah. Anything beyond less interesting, Robin? Anything else you want to add before we close the books on this one?
No, it doesn't match up with the first one.
Okay. We are going to, like I said, this is almost broken up into two separate events, but let's go back and taste one more time. Again, high level this time. We're not going to call on anybody, anything like that, but let's go back through just to make sure we did our due diligence correctly. Let's do both of these one more time. So go back and A on our Bartons and the time did get some of that ethanol off there again. So
Yes, it did.
it's very pleasant on the nose, very caramely. That's good.
I
Still
like
better.
A. I like A
better.
better than B
You're talking on the nose or just in general, Danny?
in
All.
general.
In general, okay.
All.
All right. Let's give A a taste again just to be sure.
My egg's almost gone.
Yep.
Mouthfeel of A improved.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that dryness that you get is not quite as harsh as it was the first time. It was pretty harsh, but it's not that bad.
Still more on the back than on the front, though.
Mm-hmm. Still feels bold enough. This one would definitely stand up in a cocktail too.
Yes.
Yeah, that is not lost. So this is a pretty solid, good, bold bourbon. A lot of classic notes. Very good. Very good.
Smooth.
It's smooth. It's got a
Yeah,
clean
man.
finish. It's got a clean finish. All that stuff.
Does Mikey like it?
All right, let's try B and see where we're at here.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you have to. You have to. You're in this little bourbon society we have, and it's part of the rules. So,
If you can't say anything nice.
right.
Well, you know,
Vicky's holding her nose as she tastes.
it is not that bad.
Yeah.
Is this Basil
More vanilla
Hayden?
That time. I get
What's
a
that?
lot more vanilla this go around on this one.
A lot more vanilla. Okay.
I'm getting notes of disappointment.
Is this Basil
Yep, there
Hayden?
it is.
It's Basil Hayden. Oh, Basil Hayden. Yeah, that's such a frustrating one because and they say they'll never do it. I mean, I talked to Freddie Noah and I'm like, you should put out 100 proof or 115 or 120 or barrel strength. And he's like, nope, that's forever going to be an 80 proof bourbon. I don't know why. They just feel like that's part of that brand that has to be that way. So we'll never get anything different out of it. So it's
These
unfortunate.
ladies were telling me that they're going to be getting in some Basil Hayden tomorrow, and they're like, "Do you want me to set some back for you? It's going to be the toasted barrel." I'm like, "I'm good."
No.
Set it way far back.
Yeah, set it way back.
Just be honest with it and put
All the way back.
it and
Half price.
All right. I think we've done what we can do with A and B. It's time now to vote.
I
Interesting.
think we already did.
I know. I feel like we did.
We did.
Is there anybody and B bolds? If you like, did anybody like B better?
I like B as a sipper, but it's not a cocktail. But
Right.
A is definitely something
Yeah.
that you would take to a party.
Okay. Okay, so did anybody feel they're the same? It could, that was, we're
No.
allowing that. Nope, everyone likes A better. Okay. So the one that I want to ask here now, just to make sure, and I'll go around, we'll go around and do this and we'll ask everyone. We'll start with you, Robin. Robin, what do you think is the bottled in bond one? Do you think A, and we know A is your favorite drink, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're guessing that's the bottled in bond. What do you think is the bottled in bond? A or B?
Oh my goodness. I believe the B is the bottled in bond.
B is bottled in bond. Okay.
Mhm.
Mr. Bill?
I think that A is the bottled in bond.
A is bottled in bond. Okay, we've already got a split vote here. All right, let's go down to our trio here. We'll start with Brad. Brad, what are you? What do you
A.
think? A is bottled in bond? Okay. And then it looks like Sally.
A.
A. Ryan?
I think you know my answer.
Okay. Okay. All right. Vicky, what do you think is the bottled in bond?
I think it's A, but I hope it's B.
Okay. Back to that thing so you can still buy it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Without dusty hunting. Okay. Fred, what do you think is bottled in
A.
bond? A.
A.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Melanie?
A.
Neil?
Yeah, I'm with Vicky though. I wish it was the other way around.
Okay. All right. Rob?
Oh, B.
B. Okay. All right. Jim?
A is the bottom of mine.
A is bottled in bond. All right. Danny?
I'm going Canadian on this one.
What does that mean?
A.
Oh.
A.
That's an
Oh,
EH.
geez.
Hey, sorry, I tried to make a joke.
Fonzie, you're doing a
You did.
Fonzie A.
Yeah. A. Okay. Last but not least is Rick Brenner. Now, Rick Brenner has a streak here where he's never gotten one of these wrong. So he's got a pretty.
I'm gonna say A is the bottle of bond.
A is the bottled in bond. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I can tell you this. The bottled in bond is. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll tell you. No, this isn't a TV show. That'd be cool if it was,
Yeah.
but it is not.
No.
It is not. So the A is the bottled in bond. A is
Oh,
bottled in
well.
bond.
All right.
Oh, well.
Majority of you got it. So yes, 11-2 is what that ended
Oh,
up being.
my.
11-2. Okay, we're going to be doing
It's
the
dead
same.
to me. It's dead to me.
It's dead to me. You're done with B. Okay. Yeah. Well, the brand, you're done with the brand.
The brand is dead to me.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll ever go back to the bottle of bond. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's something you get back, you know.
I
It
won't
seems like
trust
that
them. There'll be no
that-
trust. Trust is broken.
that's one of those things when you lose it, it's probably gone for good, I would guess. I mean,
Way too many other ones. Way
Oh.
too many other ones on the market. Dead to me.
The new one doesn't have an age statement on it, does it?
no.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so it's still a minimum of 4 years. But by not being bottled in bond, they can mix seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can actually mix distilleries.
They could, but I doubt Barton's.
I doubt distilleries, but they can mix seasons. So you
Yeah,
could take-
yeah, well, yeah, that's part of the appeal of doing that. I mean, if they weren't going to mix seasons, they'd just leave it bottled and bond. But they're
Right.
yeah, they're pulling stock and they're blending to flavor on
That's
that.
why I
So,
thought B tasted more like a blended.
Yeah.
product.
yeah,
I agree. Yes.
Gotta say, it's like, I thought that after it opened up, I actually liked the nose on B better, but A by far tasted better.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. I used to have some fun with that with the old A because we do like best blind tasting, best under $15, and I'm telling you that would win every time. Now I've never taken the new one and seen how that would perform. It'd probably still be middle of the pack. I mean, under $15 is a hard amount, to come in under. So, there's not a lot of great choices. Not like, oh yeah, there's 20 other ones, better ones I could buy now. That's still that's a tough amount. So it's still not a bad option if you got to do that.
But I will turn around and say, if you turn around and visit the mom and pop stores, every once in a while, you can still find this sitting on the shelf.
It is still out there. I agree. You can find it. And like I said, you got to look close because again, there's just not that much difference
Mhm.
between the two. So again, there's the one that's not, and you got to put it that close to the thing to see the crafted. If you're looking at it on the shelf, it looks the
And
same as it always
were-
did.
They were
Mhm.
sneaky.
Yeah.
They took off bottled and bond on the label. They put something else there. So
Yeah.
at a glance, you may not notice that it's different words.
Yep. Yeah.
Or for $5 more, you can buy some Turkey 101 or Old Tub
Yeah.
and never look back.
Never look back. Yep. All right.
Never
All
seen
right.
all that in Louisiana. So
Of what? Wild turkey?
no, the old Barton.
Old Barton? Okay.
So I mean, it was all over the place when we were up there for our tasting we did in June. But you know, it's like never having had it. It's like I didn't buy a bottle. I probably I'm seeing now. I probably should have.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's pour B on Kentucky Spirit. We should have already poured A. So let's pour B. So that's out there. And when we're going to be talking about A on Kentucky Spirit. Okay. Again, the goal here, I think, is them to be exactly the same. I mean, we don't want them changing, and especially we don't want it to happen what happened with the last one, where we like the one better that we can no longer get. That's worst case scenario right there. It happened to us. So yeah, okay. All right, A on Kentucky Spirit. So A on Kentucky Spirit. On the nose.
Really sweet.
Sweet, yeah.
A lot of orange.
A lot of orange, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Really sweet.
Pleasant.
Pleasant, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot there, but it's easy on the nose.
It is easy on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Not any sort of ethanol burn, just
Almost
all-
like honey.
oh yeah, honey. Okay.
I get a lot of like bread pudding.
Bread pudding, okay.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right, let's taste A and see what we think here.
Whoa.
That's really good.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a nice slow finish that continues to warm up. Both in your mouth and kind of, you can kind of feel that one versus the other one that didn't have that effect at all. A little bit, you can feel it going down. So that's kind of nice.
Great mouthfeel to it.
Mm-hmm. Mouth feels really good on this one.
Mm-hmm.
What's the proof on this, Steve?
I think it's 101, but let me double check. Yeah, it's 101 on both of them. So
Was there an age statement, Steve?
I don't think they age state this at all. Let's see.
What's
No.
what's curious to me is, I mean, it's like it literally sucked the moisture out of my tongue the way a lot of like the really older,
Okay.
wort,
Yeah.
like, when you're getting into like a 20 plus year old, and it's like, oh my God, it's like I just lost all the moisture in my mouth.
Right. Yeah, you don't get anything like that on this one. So there's no age statement on there. So we don't know. So on the taste, what do we any other let's do our round robin here, and let me start with our trio here. Anything you guys want to talk about on tasting notes?
I would say for me, I'm not great with tasting notes, but definitely the mouthfeel, and then that heat, just the building of that is just
It's
I
nice.
expect it's a more older, mature product in general.
Mhm.
Get my experience with that, but it's pleasant, but you're drinking bourbon.
Yeah, it's almost hard to believe it's only one proof higher than what we just drank. I mean, the finish is certainly a totally different experience here. So anything else from our team there? Fred, what are your thoughts taste wise on this one?
I get some of that cinnamon. My wife bought me some atomic fireballs, and I'm getting a lot of that with this.
You like those things?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, really?
And I'm getting some of that taste with this on the finish.
On the
After
finish.
it's in my mouth for a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I could see that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll go there.
Neil, what are your thoughts taste wise on A from Kentucky Spirit?
This may sound weird, but like a sweet peanut brittle.
A sweet peanut brittle. Okay. All right. Melanie?
I thought it had a really weak nose. I really didn't pick up much on the nose. Kind of like diet caramel or orange. But the palate, it was a little bit smoky. It did have a good mouthfeel.
Okay. Robin, how about you as you taste this one? What are your thoughts?
I got some honey. I got a lot of sweet on there, and then some bite on the finish.
Okay. All right. Mr. Bill? Mr. Bill, you like this one?
I like it. Yeah, it's good. I'm picking up that honey taste.
Honey, yeah. Yeah, I get that. All right, bounce down to Vicky. Vicky, what do you think?
Yes, in addition to all of the usual suspects, I do get specifically burnt sugar.
Burnt sugar. Okay, that's cool. That's a nice one. Mr. Legend?
I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna agree with the honey.
Honey. Okay.
Is to
Okay.
it.
All right. Danny, our in-house wild turkey expert, I'm sure you're already ready to tell us which one this is, but please refrain from spoiling it for all with your expertise in this area.
Okay. I get, again, I think the bread pudding carries on over. I get a little bit of cinnamon
Okay.
with it and a little bit of vanilla at the same time.
All right. Fair enough.
Kind of strange, but it is what it is.
All right. Rob?
Had a vanilla custard with that was like sprinkled with cinnamon. So very similar.
That's good. That's a good explanation.
Like a creme brulee with the burnt sugar.
Yeah.
I didn't get the burnt sugar. That's why I went with the vanilla custard instead.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And finally, Jim.
Yeah, I was gonna go creme brulee. You know, that's kind of what I got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's a good one. Yeah. All right. Let's set that one aside and we'll grab B on our Kentucky Spirit. And let's work as a team here
Ooh.
on nosing notes. A little bit more. The first one was pretty soft on the nosing notes.
Mhm.
This one's got a little bit more oomph to it on the nose. A little bit more
What's the
going
proof
on there.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream. Yeah. The
Yeah,
good stuff,
I
like
get
the Briars. Where you see,
stone
Right,
fruits on the
right.
nose.
The creamy, the real creamy.
yeah. Yeah. With the, you can see the vanilla flecks in there.
A French vanilla.
Yeah.
Stone
Vicky-
fruits. I get
Sto-
stone fruits on the nose.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
More cherries.
Yeah. There's stone fruit.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there, but okay.
Somebody just fart.
She just takes it there. And there it is. And there it is.
I mean, my boxer dogs are here, but I didn't hear it behind me.
Yeah,
It's a way of life.
there you go.
It's healthy.
Yeah, it sounded like it came from someone sitting in front of a curio cabinet. If anybody's sitting in front of a curio.
This
Whoa.
way is better
Reflection
out.
from the glass.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Danny, never mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bo wasn't here tonight.
True. True. Let's taste this one.
That's different too.
It is different. Mm-hmm.
Buttery, not smooth, buttery.
I will agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Different mouthfeel than the first one too.
Yep.
So
Also, it tastes more complex.
more complex. Okay.
Much longer.
Complex but muted. Like nothing's really punching through. It's complex but muted.
I was gonna say rounded, like
Well,
everything.
well balanced. Yeah.
It's not
There
as
you go.
sharp. It's just everything is just same flavor notes, but rounded.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's there, but been dulled a little bit for some reason.
On the back of my tongue, it's a much longer finish.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
it's still not a hug, but definitely a much longer mouth finish.
Okay.
A lot more vanilla, a lot more caramel on that.
Okay.
I
Danny,
think
what are
that
your
makes it a
thoughts?
porch pounder.
You think it's a porch pounder, the famous?
I think all that makes it a porch pounder.
Sit there on the porch, drink it, and then you know when you're done with that, when you fall off the porch, that's when you know you've had enough of a porch one. So we
B
all
is very good. I would buy that all day, but if you actually ask me the question of which I think is which, I think A is the Fantail.
We've not asked you yet.
Okay, Danny, we haven't asked that yet, though we will. We will, Dan. Please stay with the program. Danny just jumped.
He jumped the shark.
He did. He jumped the shark. All right, Mr. Legend. Mr. Legend.
That
Ignore
came
what
from my
Danny just
house.
said.
That was not me. That came from my house, though. Show your face, child. Rude.
Mr. Legend, what are your thoughts?
I don't think I have anything else to add.
Okay. All right. All right. Robin, what are your thoughts? Taste wise.
Mine's about the same. I thought it was very sweet, caramely, almost buttery.
Right.
Very light on the palate. Not a lot of heat.
Okay.
Definitely a sipper.
Okay.
I
Mr.
think
Bill.
ice would probably not do it any justice.
Okay. Mr. Bill, anything to add?
Oh, I like it. Buttery. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't tell you which one I like better. I like both of them.
I think this is going to be an interesting one. So yeah, should be good. Okay, let's go to the Robinsons. Have them weigh in.
I don't have a whole lot to add. It's just the second one has a much buttery mouthfeel.
Seems more balanced.
Yeah. I think it's more balanced everywhere.
Okay. All right, Fred.
Yeah, very well balanced. I'm getting that buttery taste, and the spice builds in your mouth after a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a long finish to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then finally, our trio. Taste wise, what are you getting on this one? Anything?
Mute.
They're
The
conferring.
trio is muted. The trio is
The
muted.
trio is muted. We'll ask them to unmute. Okay, they're unmuted.
That one right there. That one right there.
That was the one.
So say
Anything on the trio you'd like to say, tasting notes wise?
I did a butter, but sort of a sickening sweet, like a butter flavored jelly belly, kind of
Okay. Okay.
a little artificial.
All right. Anything else from Brad or Ryan?
It's just, I don't know, different.
Okay. All right. Again, it's also a single barrel product. So there's going to be some variance anyway. So it's just how close can they get it, you know?
It almost reminded me of a single barrel that I had of a New Riff product.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
that one they nicknamed Buttery Potato because
Buttery.
it's like eating buttered popcorn or buttered fries.
Okay.
But
That's cool.
yeah, this is just, I don't know, different.
All right. We're going to go back through them one more time, just again, higher level here. Just throw something out if you feel like it's changed, evolved, anything like that. And then we'll go to the vote. I feel like this one's going to be a lot closer. So we'll go through everyone and have them vote this time. So nose wise, anything different than what you remembered? This one's a little softer on the nose than B on this one.
the muleteers.
Yeah. A's more like a honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle. Okay. Okay.
You got to work to smell it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you hover up too high, you're not getting anything. You got to kind of go in to get it for sure. All right, let's taste it, see where we're at.
It's gone.
I get more of the oakier note on this one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. Agreed,
Do we
Danny.
have any idea what the mash bill is on this either and or?
I don't actually know. No, I mean, we could Google it real quick. It's just the regular wild turkey mash bill. Let's see what we got here. It should pop up. Wild turkey mash bill. See what they say.
What does Google say?
Let's see what the Google says.
The Google.
The Google.
Oh, so it's not damn Alexa.
All right. I'm checking it out. Okay, wild turkey. Of course, it's on page 2. So here we go. Okay, wild turkey. It is 75 corn, 13 rye, 12% barley.
Yeah, but is wild turkey the same thing, same mash bill as Russell's? That's maybe different.
According to this, and again, I don't know, some of them, if they don't say, this is on Modern Thirst, which is a big, blog and things like that. They say it's the same because they do break it down, Danny. They have rare breed, which they have the same as Kentucky Spirit and regular wild turkey.
Right.
And they say it's all the same. Now, I can't remember if wild turkey shares it. If they don't share it, they guess at it or they use what they've heard. So I don't know where wild turkey actually stands on it.
Right.
According to Modern Thirst, it's the same. So
Okay.
that's what they say. So
Fair answer.
yeah. All right. Let's try B one last time, and then we'll be ready to do the votes. And we're gonna have to actually vote this time. It's a closer one.
I think I'm a slam dunk with B.
Are you? Okay. Any other notes you want to share?
Okay.
Kind of creamy. Yeah.
B has more going with it
Yeah.
than A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to ask the questions. It's a 2-part question. So which do you like better? It can be A, B, or you can say that you feel like they're close enough to being the same. Again, they're single barrels, so there's going to be some variance, but they want to be consistent with a product like this. So how do you think they do? If you think it's close enough to call it the same, you can. So we're going to ask you what your favorite is, A, B, or the same. And then which one do you think is the fantail, A or B? That's going to be the 2 questions that I ask.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're going to start out with, we'll leave Danny for last since he's our expert. We'll leave Rick for second.
I'm not an expert.
Danny texted me today and said, I'm a wild turkey expert. So please,
All right.
please come. So we're going to start with you, Vicky. We'll start with
Leave
you.
me for last.
Oh,
What
this
do you
is
like
terrible.
better, A or
Which
B?
one do I like better? So I way prefer the nose on A. And if I'm
Yes.
in the mood for a rye, this seems like a rye spice to me.
Okay.
But if I'm in the mood for a porch pounder, it's going to be about B. So
Okay.
I think I have to pick rye because the nose is so much better. And then if I'm in the mood for a rye, it seems so high rye to me.
Okay. So you're going A. You
I
like
think I
better.
have to, but it's,
Okay.
then that would come to my mood. So, and I'm very moody.
Which one do you think is the fantail, A or B?
I think that the fantail is A.
Is A. Okay. All right. Jim, we're going to jump up to you next.
I think overall, I think I like B better.
You like B better. Okay.
Mhm.
And which one do you think is the fantail?
That's a tough one. I have both. I actually have a Club Select single barrel of the Fantail, and I have a more recent version of the new bottle. So
Yep.
it's like I'm gonna test this theory out afterwards and see what I think. I think B is the Fantail.
B is the fantail. Okay. we're split across the board on these so far. Rob, what do you think?
Since this is a single barrel, I'm gonna say they're the same. I think there's enough
Okay.
wiggle room for them to be.
Yep.
And
That's fair.
yeah, and in terms of, I'll flip a coin. I'll say A is
The Fantail. Okay. All right. Now we'll go up to the Robinsons. I think we started with Melanie last time, so we're going to start with Neil this time. Neil, what did you like
B.
better?
I like B better.
Okay.
And A is the Fantail.
Boy, he sounded definite about that.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, Melanie, how about you?
I also like B better, but I think it's a fantail.
And you think B is the Fantail?
Yes.
Okay. House divided there. All right. Fred, which did you like better?
Double B, B and
Double
B.
B and B. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Now we'll jump up and I'll ask Ryan.
So I think they're pretty close. I generally preferred A, and I think B is the fantail.
Okay. A, but B is the Fantail. Okay. All right. Sally, what do you think?
I prefer A, and I think B is the fantail.
B is the Fantail. Okay. All right, Brad.
I know for sure that C is the fantail. The actual one. This one's hard for me because A was my favorite at first, B was the worst, and mine was in the middle, but then I kind of leaned towards liking B, but actually like mine better than A or B. So your rankings, I'll go B first. I liked.
Okay.
And I don't know which one's Fantail. B.
A, you said?
B.
B. Okay, sorry. B. All right. Mr. Bill.
I'm gonna agree with Vicky. I think that my favorite is A, and that Fantail is A.
Is A. Okay. Robin.
I prefer B, and I believe the fantail is B.
Okay. All right. I think we got everybody other than the two I wanted to hold back. Rick has never got one of these wrong. So again, his streak's on the line. Then we'll go to Danny, who has to get it right.
Did he get the last one right?
He did.
Did
He
he get
got
the
it right.
Barton right?
Yep,
Yeah.
he got it right. So his streak continues to this point, but it could be broken. So, Mr. Brenner, this has nothing to do with your streak. Whichever one you
Yeah,
like
I know,
better
but
has nothing to
yeah.
do with the streak. You can you can answer whatever you want. The
I
important
think
question
they're
is
very close, considering it's a single barrel product.
yes, it makes it tough.
Wild Turkey says that these are both 8-year-old products, so age-wise they're the same.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down to different barrels. Out of these two, I prefer B better.
Okay.
And when I flipped the coin, it went to A for the Fantail.
A is the Fantail. Okay. That has to
But
make the
still,
people who
they
chose
would-
B.
You would
It has
think
to
that
make
they're hoping for consistency within the label, right?
Yeah, but single barrels,
Single
if you
barrel.
want consistency, you don't do single barrels. Single barrels, you know.
Uniqueness.
You roll the dice with single barrels.
Right.
Based on this group, it is consistent because it's pretty split.
It is
Yeah.
pretty split. I'll give them that.
These are really
All right.
close, but
Yeah.
there's
This
some
is like beat Bobby Flay with Rick.
Right, right. and people who voted for B have to be nervous, but then this could be the time when Rick doesn't get it right. So we'll see. Now we'll
There's no
probably know
right.
right here. Danny told me he's an expert. This is going to be easy for him. So Danny, which one did you like better? There's no wrong answer with the first question. Which one you like better? There's no
Which
such
one
thing.
do I like better? Both of my answers will be A.
Okay, you liked A better. You feel like A is the Fantail.
And that's sad news because the Fantail is no more.
The Fantail is no more.
I understand that, but I do own a few bottles of that.
The Fantail
I'm
was,
good.
but the Fantail was single barrel as well, so that single barrel will be different as well.
True.
Right.
This is true.
right. It's always been a single barrel product.
Any different single barrels. Every time they had to open a new barrel, every time.
It's different. Yes. So that being said, I will say that the group chose B as their favorite. We had 7 vote for B, we had 5 vote for A, and 1 said that they're close enough that that's, you know, it's basically the same product.
Cool.
What
What's your vote, Steve? Did we hear?
Well, I know what they are, so it's tough for me to say because I'm not doing it blind. So, you know, it's a whole nother element when you're not doing it blind.
But you didn't get to vote on what you think is better tasting?
No, because I don't want to skew things in any way. So
But we already voted.
Everybody's voted.
everyone's
We
locked
already
in.
voted.
Everyone's locked in. A or B?
We don't have to ask with Barton. That was easy.
That was easy. All right. I think I liked A a little bit better. So
Rye and spicy.
yeah.
It was
So the fantail is, which B, by the way, was voted as being the fantail by a vote of 7-6, as close as can be. So again, what I think comes out of this is Wild Turkey got it right. This is close enough to being the same, you know. But the fun of the guess, you want to get this right. It doesn't matter that our vote is close. You want to be on the right side of this thing, especially if your name's Rick Brenner, because you've got a streak going here. Especially if you're Danny Kennard, who's been telling everybody he's an expert on this thing. And I can say this: our dynamic duo of Danny and Rick are going to be pleased with the results because A is in fact the fantail.
Oh, no.
Rick's streak,
Wow.
Rick's streak continues. Danny's expertise now cannot be questioned.
Shines through.
I think they're following market trends and they're trying to produce a porch pounder product that everybody's going to want to drink over and over and over and buy more, buy more, buy more. So
I
the
think-
new
I
one,
think
that's
all-
why
I
the new
think-
one.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that Wild Turkey did was change the bottle.
Yeah.
And I don't believe any of I heard stories about they had problems with glass flaking off inside the bottle in production and having glass in
Yeah.
whiskey. And
It's different every time you hear them talk about it. And I'm talking about Wild Turkey representatives. I wish they come out and say, hey, it saves us money. We're saving some bucks.
I'm
That'd be
talking
fine.
I'm talking about Eddie Russell saying that.
Yeah.
Essentially, they just went to the rare breed bottle. I mean, that's
It is the rare breed bottle. Yeah. It's
I
it's
can-
even
I can
it's
tell you
uglier
one
than
thing.
rare breed though. Rare breed's at least classy looking with the turkey. This is not classy at all. This is
That fantail bottle was a lot more expensive to produce than the
Yeah.
bottle is in now.
I'm sure that it is.
So I'm going to say it was a cost saving.
even the cork's better. Look at this. The cork doesn't have anything on top.
Yeah.
And this one
That's
has the
sad.
turkey on top.
Rick, I would agree with you. It's like I think it was a cost saving move because they
Right.
were the only ones using that bottle, and then it was also in part the bartenders who were like, you know, they were sick of the fantail bottle. It's like taking up all the real estate.
When I heard that stuff about the inside of a bottle of glass flaking, it wasn't for the fact that I have the utmost respect for Eddie Russell. I would have told him to go blow that smoke up somebody else's six.
Jim, hold up your rare breed. Does that has a turkey on the top of it, right? The Kentucky Spirit does not.
No.
It's
It does not.
so I guess they've gone to all of that now. So
Yeah.
again,
Rare breed
more
is
cost savings. More cost savings.
So well, actually, so my Kentucky Spirit doesn't either.
Right. Mine doesn't either, but my rare breed, which I don't have a rare breed right here sitting by me right now, but it used to have a turkey on the top. It used to have turkey on the top.
Yeah, the Fantail bottle does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yes,
I
so-
already can see the dust on this one. So I'm saving this one for later.
I'm saving. I've got a couple fantails saved too, and I just like the bottle better.
I got 3 or 4 that are unopened.
Question from
Steve,
Ryan.
Steve and Jim. So we also opened a Fantail store pick,
Mm-hmm.
and that was number 3 for us. So 1 and 3 could not have been more different in this group. And I thought 3 and 2 tasted more similar, but those were the Fantail, non-Fantail.
Okay.
Well, and not having the turkey or the embossing on the label is like thousandths of a penny difference because either way the cap has to be molded. So
Right.
they're either using a mold without the shape in it or with it. And the only difference is once you create the mold is that if there's a shape in it, the mold's going to break down a little bit faster because the detail is going to pull pieces out. That's it. It's
Mhm.
fractions of a penny when you're talking about cost savings on that cap.
Yeah.
bottled.
I know a little bit about that stuff.
I think the difference in taste that we're tasting is because it's a single barrel, not because there's anything else that's changed in terms of the
Exactly.
recipe. So,
Same difference as if you did a barrel pick there
yeah,
and they put 5 barrels in front of you and said, which one do you like best? You're going to come up with 5 different tastes out of 5 different barrels.
Yeah.
This one is not a barrel pick. Now when I get a store barrel pick, I expect the variants to be way different because they do try to have some level of consistency, and you can pick single barrels and still get consistency for a brand.
And I expect it to be better than what's on the shelf.
Exactly. And but yes, so the store pick one that are the trio the team has there, I feel like that one should be markedly better because again, you're picking it for that very reason. And Fred was shaking his head. Yes. Right, Fred, even in single barrel products, they do want some level of consistency when it's their regular brand. So this is not a store pick. This is a regular brand. It should be close to the other one. But again, the store pick that the team has there could be very different. And that's kind of what you're looking for.
Right.
That when I'm on a barrel pick team, we want to find something that doesn't taste like anything.
Exactly.
We want it to be good. That has to be the second. It can't be taste wildly different, and be terrible. It has to be different, but very good.
It has to be extra good.
Yeah, extra good.
Well,
Yep.
no, it depends on what the team is looking for. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I know that we have, it's like some of the guys that are on our teams, when we're selecting stuff, they're looking for the unique barrels.
Right. Oh yeah.
They're looking for something that's not what, it's not anything close to what you're going to find on the shelf.
Yeah.
So,
But it should knock your socks off.
So I have a lot of Elijah Craig's single barrel picks from store picks from my local area. And there you can tell the difference because you're comparing a single barrel to a blend with regular Elijah Craig. But when I compare a single barrel of Blanton's to a regular Blanton's, it's harder to tell difference. It's a very small difference. And I think that's what we're seeing here with the wild turkey as well, is that it's single barrel versus single barrel as opposed to a single barrel versus a blend. A single barrel versus a blend, I expect a single barrel to just knock your socks off.
But I still think if it's the same label, they're trying to pick a single barrel that's similar to the one previous.
Yes.
And
Yeah. And that's why they have people like Fred works for Buffalo Tracy's on the tasting team. And that's some of the things that you're doing, Fred, as you taste those barrels, right? So then it helps allocate what's going to be for what, right?
Well, the taste profile, we taste to make sure the taste profile is right.
Right.
But I've been on 15 or 16 barrel picks, with different people picking out barrels, and they definitely taste different. Each barrel tastes a little bit different.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That goes for Blanton's too. I've done some Blanton's barrel picks, and what they pick is really different than the store
Yeah.
the regular Blanton's.
Yeah. There's going to be even consistency to Blanton's, even though it's a single barrel every time. There's going to be some level of consistency there. But you're going to find those wild ones when there's a sticker on there and it says this one was picked by Liquor Barn or whatever, assuming that it has a good team picking it out. That's always key. Is
assuming the team actually picked it. Yes.
Yeah. Do you trust the team that picks it?
A lot of times the store picks are, hey, send us a barrel because we have to buy it.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I can't believe how many stores do that.
You're actually getting a good product and not just, well, they didn't want to pick it, so this is part of the program. We're going to send them this one because no one else wants it.
More likely with big box stores, I hope.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's amazing to me how many times they'll tell me, well, we just let Harlan Wheatley pick it for us. And he's not sitting there tasting different barrels and be like, okay, this is the one we're going to send to ABC Liquor and say, that's not happening. I'm like, no, you're just getting.
Just buy the regular stuff. That's dumb.
Harlan,
he's going to sell you the cheap stuff. He's going to send you the garbage.
They've thrown that name at me before. Like, well, Harlan Wheatley picked this for us. I'm like, Harlan Wheatley's not picking it.
Harlan doesn't have time to pick out barrels.
Right. He's probably going to go, okay.
Right.
His intern is doing it. He's got an intern doing it.
Well, that would be an intern I would actually do, maybe, if that's possible. Doesn't sound like a bad gig. But there you go. Fun side by side. And again, I love the fact we're talking about, they've changed the packaging and that doesn't change the inside. And I don't know. It feels like the first one, there was a marked difference. This one, it felt close enough. And based on our split voting, I think it's safe to say that Wild Turkey, there's no change there. It's other than the packaging. The packaging certainly changed big time, but
Well, now you didn't ask if we thought there was a change. You asked which one we liked better and which one we thought was the fantail.
right.
Did we
Yes,
think
but
there was
but,
a
but I'm
change?
able to take that data and look at that, and because it's so split, to me it says that there's not a real change there. It's
To
not.
me, it's a change,
It is
both of them.
okay.
Steve, I'm sorry, how many people liked A or B, versus, I know we did the vote on which was which for Fantail and not, but
Yeah. So people voted seven voted for B, they liked better. 5 voted for A, and then of course Rob said, they're the same. So we had 1 vote for the same. So 7, 5, 1 was our vote.
Yeah, they were different to me for
and
sure.
A was the Fantail.
And A was the Fantail, correct.
So really, we're just down to single barrel at this point.
Yeah, that's
I would
that's
say.
what I think when you look at that data, it's just like that's the difference of the single barrel. Whereas opposed to, was there a difference in A and B on the first one when we had a vote of what do we got here? 13 people when it was 13-0. Yeah, that sounds like a difference to me.
Mhm.
When it's 13-0, that sounds like we got a real difference there versus.
How many people picked?
Right, well, everybody
What did they like
preferred,
better to be-
everybody preferred A with Barton. And then we
Yes.
have a split on preference, but maybe a third question, which is, do you see a shift in the product?
Yeah, I'm interpreting that data as opposed to asking.
That's okay, you're in charge.
Rob, what were you saying? You were.
I was saying, how many people assume that especially with the wild turkey, that the one that they liked better was the older was the fantail, because they assume older is better, because nothing tastes better than nostalgia.
Well, the thing is, both of those, irregardless of what bottle they were in, are 8-year-old products.
Right.
So, but the difference in them could be, you could have 5 years difference in when this one was pulled and the other one was pulled. So
Yeah.
you're going to see a difference in, even if they were sister barrels, you can see different.
Yeah.
Tell me again, which one was fantail, because I've been drinking.
A is fantail. A is fantail.
And like I said, that was my coin that told. I touched the coin.
You let it down to fate. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
You got it right.
Like Rob, they were both really, really close.
Yeah, that's why he's a legend. Yeah. Was it the ABV Network challenge coin? I hope.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Feels like we made a good call there.
The latest one, the toasted barrel.
The toasted barrel one.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Pick those up at abvnetwork.com. Click on shop.
They're great.
All right. We'll say goodbye here. Of course, that ends the official tasting. We do record this for the folks that can't make it. I'll stick around. We always like to chit chat after these events, so I'll do that. But we'll say goodbye for now for the folks that are watching this and playing along at home. Thanks. All right. There we go.
Good one.